Welcome back to the channel, and today's video is not going to be a Gwent related video actually. I'm going to be talking about a game that recently got re-released. We will be talking about Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning. So I made a plan when I started making Gwent videos again to try and sort of stay on the card game genre. But I feel like that plan's already sort of falling apart. I feel like at this point I'm just gonna post like general gaming related content onto this channel. I think it's just whatever the mood really fits me. I really feel like the era of card games for this channel will actually be over at this point. I did try to make a small little comeback. There was some success, but I feel like my drainage is still there. Like I still feel really drained from playing card games, even though like it's not so toxic anymore. But I feel like I'm not really too excited to play card games at this point. I feel like I just play whatever I want to play. I feel like in a few weeks card games will be a thing again for me, but I think for now whatever game I'm going to do is what I'm gonna cover. But I'm not gonna do gameplays. I might just do like news segments or opinions similar to what this video is gonna be. So if some of you guys that have been subscribed to me are just for the card games, then you know, you guys feel free to leave. But for those of you who are more interested in the gaming aspect of anything, then here we are. So we have Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning. Now, what is this game? Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning is an RPG open world video game that came out around the same time as Skyrim. It actually came out after Skyrim. I did play it, the original, and it was really good. I really enjoyed it. The battle mechanics were pretty simple. It was a lot of fun. The story, I wouldn't say it's hard to get into, but I wouldn't say it was the most sort of memorable. But then again, maybe it's because I just didn't invest enough. I didn't invest enough hours into playing the original Kingdoms of Amalur. I think I was more in it to explore the world, do some side quests. You know, what elements of an RPG video games are out there. But Re-Reckoning came out, I think, last week, and I just managed to purchase it at the day that I'm making this recording. I think it's gonna be uploaded. I think this is gonna be uploaded tomorrow. But I tried it out, went to see what it was. I made a video actually talking about Re-Reckoning before it came out in a different channel, and that video got quite a lot of views. So I feel like I got a hit there where I'm able to talk about topics before they come out. Obviously, talking about the PS5 is a very... It's like everyone's gonna do it, right? Because it's such a popular thing. But with games like Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning, where it's like, if you're a fan of the game, then you're gonna love it. It's not like... It's not the stereotypical RPG that people will like. It's not Skyrim. It's not Oblivion. It's a very, very niche kind of RPG. It's pretty interesting. I didn't even know about it till a friend told me about it. Like, it's really one of those I wouldn't say underappreciated, but I feel like it's really good. Like, I would say this could have the potential to be better than Skyrim. But Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning, my thoughts of it are, if I'm being honest, if you are not a fan of Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, the original, and you tried it, I wouldn't get Re-Reckoning. Like, don't expect Re-Reckoning to be a remake. Don't expect it to be a completely different world. Don't expect it to be some sort of sequel or prequel or whatever. It is exactly like the first game, only better quality. And even then, like, you can still play Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning, the original game, and still have fun with it. I don't quite know if Reckoning came out with DLC. I don't think it did. I think it's going to come out with some DLC, I think, but for now the story is pretty much the same. So if you're a true fan of Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning and you really like it and you probably want to support them more, that's probably when you would get this game. I got this game because I fall under that category where I really like this game from THQ Nordic. I wanted to check it out, wanted to play more of it, and honestly, I wanted to check it out in better quality. Was not disappointed. I mean, you guys are watching some gameplay right now, so here you go. But other than that, it's not, like, there's obviously not much I can say because I just got the game. This is sort of a first impressions sort of video on this game. Again, it could change potentially later down the line when I play some more. I am going to play this on stream, so as you guys can see that your gameplay that you're watching right now is on a stream that I did, the very first stream I did, because if you guys are familiar with it, this is sort of the intro / tutorial of the game. So yeah, there's honestly not much to say because that's really all it is. Like if you're really a true fan of Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning and you want to support them, then Re-Reckoning, you definitely want to get it. And I think DLC is coming up, but obviously don't at me on that. Like don't quote me on that just yet because I want to do a bit more digging, a bit more research, and also want to play this game some more. So if you guys want to check out sort of me streaming this game, I'll be on. Not every day, I'll establish a schedule, but I'll be on for 3 hours. 3 hours per day, probably let's say 4 or 5 days a week, perhaps. I'm gonna make sure I commit to it. I don't care if no one watches. I don't care if people watch. You know, I want to sort of make a change in my habits of me being more consistent because that's always been a problem for me, even with uploading these kinds of videos. Like I'm very inconsistent. And I think I'm just gonna revert to a more, I wouldn't say general gaming channel, but like probably more news, like more news segments, like gaming related news and stuff like that. I really think that the era of card games is coming to an abrupt halt. And I really mean abrupt halt because this is gonna show up tomorrow and no one's gonna know until it shows up. So I didn't give some sort of warning, but I think I'm leaning towards more of these kinds of games, general games, because I want to make it a goal to explore, check out, like being someone who wants to dabble into games development. I think being able to explore as many games as possible, check out the different game styles, check out the different styles of like how they code, how they animate some of these characters. Like I can make more concise judgments on what I think about this aspect and that aspect of certain games. But yeah, I think that's where we're going out. So that's going to be my thoughts on Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning. Let me know what you guys thought about this game. If you guys have never heard about it before and you guys want to know more about it, be sure to check out my streams on me playing this game. And other than that, of course, subscribe. I guess now we're entering the era of pretty much gaming, but gaming news. And honestly, anything that you guys want, feel free to ask me. Obviously, if no one says anything, then I'm just going to play whatever. I'm just going to post whatever I want. But for now, that's going to be it. And of course, subscribe for more gaming-related content. Other than that, this is Enzo signing out. I might even change my name, might rebrand it in some way, because it's very synonymous with card games, with Gwent. So, yeah. This is Enzo signing out, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.